And we're back with our special edition of the Eyewitness News at noon today. This morning, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Abortion is now illegal in Louisiana with only a few exceptions.
And right now, Tulane constitutional law expert Stephen Griffin is joining us by Zoom to talk about how historic this decision is. This has overturned what was considered to be a constitutional right for nearly 50 years in America.
That's right. There's no doubt this is a historic decision, and there's also no doubt we're headed into a period of new law in effect that really no one has studied. And so there's great uncertainty about what's going to happen now in the country as a whole. I realize in state by state, you can say with legal certainty, like in Louisiana, that most abortions are banned. But in general, this creates legal uncertainty across the country.
And how far-reaching could this be? Because Justice Alito said that today's ruling was just focused on abortion. Then Clarence Thomas came out with an opinion that it could mean that other cases could be relitigated down the line.
Well, sometimes Justice Thomas's remarks, although just for himself, have come to influence the law. So all the opinions deserve close scrutiny. But I think at this point, it's more speculation to say that this decision by itself puts in jeopardy other decisions like rights to buy contraceptives or same-sex marriage. I think what we need to concentrate on is the decision on abortion, and we need to concentrate on that aspect rather than speculate about the future.
And of course, Louisiana already had laws in place to make abortion illegal once that federal protection was dropped. Can we focus on the Louisiana laws surrounding abortion? As you mentioned, most abortions illegal here unless it is found that the pregnancy is a risk to the woman's life. And then there's the other part of the abortion law, which includes penalties for doctors who perform abortions. What are some of the complications that are going to come with trying to enforce that?
Well, I think it's very hard to see, and that's why I say it creates a state of legal uncertainty. One of the uncertainties is whether doctors will be able to interpret the law as applied in their practice in a way that makes sense to them. That's really never been gamed out. Perhaps the law is reasonably clear and there won't be any problems. But my point simply is, we don't know that at this stage. The other big uncertainty is the attitude that will be taken by prosecutors in cases where it's alleged that doctors crossed the line. How will they know that doctors have crossed the line? Individual state prosecutors could, in effect, create medical uncertainty. Even though we're talking about a relatively small set of cases, they're still, of course, medically important. So that's one of the areas of possible uncertainty where the law's standard doesn't necessarily match how doctors understand their duties when a patient's in front of them.
And in short, it's going to be a long time before we digest all of this because it's a almost 300-page ruling, and it's just, there's so many uncertainties.
Well, I think you can rely on the Louisiana trigger law. The fact that the abortion clinic shut down is an indication that there's in effect a no abortion zone now created, at least after 30 days, if you take into account other states, in a wide swath of the country. That's for sure. I'm just saying that there are additional issues that have never really been gamed out that have to do with medically extreme cases and possible interference with doctors' judgment. But that's a small set of the cases. But it is true that lots of experts, I can tell, are taking a deep breath because they don't know exactly what's going to happen. Nobody does.
All right. Thank you very much.
Stephen Griffin, thank you for joining us for your insight. Of course, this has opened many conversations surrounding this historic decision.